Hey everyone, this is Duke from Deebs Hub with some more Dragon Ball Super content. This video is going to be a minor update to the previous video, which was the Mono Green Broly 1.0 deck list. Now normally I wouldn't make a dedicated video to such a small update, but a lot of you have been asking me about my sideboard, so I figured I could go ahead and shed some light on the sideboard that I've been using for this deck, as well as go over the tweaks that I've made since the last video. So let's get into it. So for those of you who didn't watch the previous video or just need a quick refresher on the deck list, here's a pop-up of the latest build of this deck. Everything to the left of that Ultra Pro divider is the main board, while everything to the right is the sideboard. Feel free to pause the video if you'd like to take a look at the deck list, or if you prefer a text version, see the video description below. So let's go over the changes between the 1.0 and the 1.1 in more detail. The 3 copies of Furious Yell Vegeta and the 3 copies of Sun Goten Family of Justice have moved from the main board to the sideboard, freeing up 6 card slots. These 6 slots were divided equally between 2 cards, and the first card is Slasher Trunks. Slasher Trunks has been included into the deck for 2 main reasons. Number 1, more free combos. I found that a lot of times running this deck, my combos, while my hand size would be rather large, my combos would be unusable just because a lot of cards in this deck cost 1 to combo, or you have things in your hand like Brolys Ring. So freeing up some slots in the deck for more combos increases our defense, because you're not going to really combo on offense with Broly because their hand size is going to be small, but you need to watch out for those late game like 50k plus triple strike attacks from Beerus, or the 2 double strikes from Mecha Frieza, and we need to have some beef in order to protect Broly. So that's what this is for. The second reason I threw this in here is because a lot of decks and players are catching on to what Awakened Broly is trying to do by sacrificing creatures to keep the ring alive to maintain the maximum value of their strategy. So having another 1-drop that you can have on your turn in case you don't have anything else or enough energy to play something better, like a Gotenks, or to evolve a Broly into Bio Broly or the 6-drop Broly, it's great to just be able to throw down 1 energy, throw down Slasher Trunks, so that way when you do swing with Awakened Broly, you can sacrifice him and not your ring. It's obviously not ideal, and to be honest, this slot will be taken up by more viable 2, 3, or possibly even 4 drops if they have free combos in the future. It serves its purpose for now, and realistically you could swap this in with any other card, like with a free combo like Sun Gohan Family of Justice or the Friend Summoning Sun Gohan. It's a flavor pick, I know, but I would encourage you to fill this slot with a free combo. The next 3 of card in the main deck list that's new is 3 copies of Super Saiyan Gotenks. Now I have to give major props to 2 great players and 2 great friends of mine, Kevin David and Aaron Anthony Abraham, aka Mr. Waffles, aka Mr. Bandai himself. This card is immaculate. It's a 5-drop with 25k, so that's really strong. It has double strike. It can evolve from the Energy Power Gotenks 3-drop, but the real reason you play this is for the auto. When you play this card, choose up to 2 of your energy and switch them to active mode, then draw 1 card. So on turn 4, with the Gotenks already in play, or turn 5, you can play this down and free up 2 energy. That's immaculate. That frees up the combo problem that I explained earlier. It also gives you 2 energy to drop a Bio Warrior when you're already awakened, or a blocker, and then keep an energy free with negate. It opens up a whole bunch of possibilities late game. It's incredible. It's won me a lot of games lately, and I would highly recommend finding room for 2 or 3. I think 4 might be a little too much, but 3 is the perfect number for this card. And now let's go over the Green Broly sideboard. And the first card in the sideboard at 4 copies is Furious Yell Vegeta. Now this card transitioned from main board to sideboard because I felt like early game I didn't want to drop it because I wanted to get things like Bio Warrior and the Evolve train going. And late game I couldn't drop it because I either didn't have enough energy or my life count was getting too low and I didn't want to risk activating the main in order to sacrifice a life to KO a guy because I was already in like critical health anyway. but it's here in the sideboard for decks like Red Champa Rush or Yellow Frieza. You can side this in easily and then start taking care of their board. It's still a great card at 4-drop 20k with Double Strike. I don't blame anybody for maining it, but for me, especially since I run the 4-drop Broly promo that has a board clear, Furious Yell just seemed kind of redundant, and it'd sit in my hand for a really long time, and I just end up comboing it or charging it for energy anyway. If you were going to side it in for the matchups where you're worried about board, then I would take out the Broly promos and or the Gotenks, whatever number you're comfortable with, in order to make room for this card. Next card on the sideboard making its transition from main to side is 4 copies of Son Goten Family of Justice. Now, this got put in the sideboard because of its combo utility on defense being incredibly lackluster. It still costs an energy to do, but it only gives you 5k versus the typical 10k for a 1-cost combo, and you only get the board destruction on your turn. So if your opponent's attacking you, this is probably the most undesirable combo card you could have in your hand, other than a card you can't actually combo with, like an extra card. So it's in the sideboard, but do not be afraid to side this in against a red deck or a yellow deck, especially the Red Champa Rush decks that want to drop Saiyan Kaba, awaken really fast, and add Double Strike to everything, kill you in 4 attacks. As for siding recommendations, I would side this in place of a card that you're probably not likely to see because of how fast those games go. So probably the 5-drop or even the 6-drop Broly side in for 4 of these guys. Give yourself a lot of confidence in that matchup. And the final side card to finish off the sideboard is 4 copies of King Vegeta's Suprise Attack. It's an extra card costing 1 with an absolutely incredible defensive activate battle ability. Choose one of your battle cards, it gains 10,000 power and revenge for the duration of the turn. Revenge is the key word that says when this card is attacked, KO the attacking card after the battle. So why would you use this? Well, against a yellow deck that puts all of your battle cards in rest mode relatively frequently, either through Crusher Ball or some other card effect, King Vegeta's Surprise Attack is the ace up your sleeve when they go to take those battle cards off the board with some of Frieza's minions. You drop this down, make you harder to KO, and then even if they're successful or not, they get KO'd. They're blowing up their own board for 1 cost in your hand. Another way of thinking about King Vegeta is that this extra card acts as a defensive counterpart to Son Goten Family of Justice, where his defensive combo ability is limited. For a 1 cost, you can boost a battle card by 10,000 and KO an attacking battle card. So, worst case scenario, you can drop it down as another 1 for 10k boost. Best case scenario, you can save one of your battle cards while clearing their own. Clutch. So thank you all very much for taking the time to check out the update to my mono green list, as well as the details on my sideboard. If you like the deck and changes, if you like the sideboard and the video, hit the thumbs up. If you hate this video, you think my deck and sideboard are garbage, hit the thumbs down. Just do me a favor, leave a comment on what I could improve with any of those things. And if you want to see some more Dragon Ball Super card game content, or check out some Panini Dragon Ball Z card game content, feel free to subscribe. I'm looking forward to exploring this game for its lifespan and being with you in the future, providing more content. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.